Hey, what's up, guys? I want to talk to you a little bit about nutrition and give you kind of a generalized overview of what my life looks like and also how you kind of navigate the world of nutrition. I realize it can be quite overwhelming, and if you just don't know, it's definitely a challenging space to navigate. So I'm going to dive right into that, man, and I want to start off by telling you guys a little bit of a story. So I remember when I was overweight and was struggling with nutrition, and it's crazy because my wife is actually a nutrition major before she went to pharmacy school and became a pharmacist. She studied nutrition, but she always took it seriously. I didn't take it that seriously, hence the reason why I got up to 60 pounds overweight. So with that being said, I want to dive into a little bit of that because when I was struggling with it, I just didn't really know. I kind of had an idea what was healthy, but I didn't really know for sure. I knew there was a lot of conflicting information out there, everything from different kinds of meats, different kinds of fruits, vegetables, what was healthy, what wasn't healthy, what had too much sugar, what didn't have too much sugar. So I really took it upon myself to become more well-informed, and that's why I'm so passionate about nutrition today. After I spent years trying to figure it out, I basically took all of my years of experience, education, and just put it all together. But what I started to do was some experimenting. And so I truly believe I've tried probably 75% of the fad diets out there, just to really see what they would do for my body and to my body. With that being said, I remember times where, I was sick and tired of being sick and tired, and I just didn't know where to turn. I would have the occasional soda. I was living off of Dole juice cartons, no water at all. And I would justify my eating habits, the pizza and the ice cream after dinner, with a few short jogs a week. And so, when I finally figured it out and put it all together, I discovered the perfect structure that would allow me to then get into the best shape of my life. Now, obviously, exercise is a part of that, but this is what I want to dive into, so hopefully it can help you. So when it comes to nutrition, there's some kind of general rules that I like to follow in my own life, and hopefully those will help you as well. So one of those is to shop the perimeter of the grocery store. I can't stress that enough. The majority of your nutrient-dense foods come from the perimeter of the grocery store. Zero reason for you to be spending much time on the aisles at all. There's just not a lot of nutritional value found on the aisles. Now, there are some exceptions. Whole wheat and whole grain bread that we get off the aisles, quinoa, black rice, some of the things that we eat as our starch or carbohydrate sources come from the aisles, but otherwise, not much from the aisles. I buy most of my groceries from the perimeter of the grocery store. With that being said, one little tip that I'll give you, just the tip that I'll give you about, eating fruit is anytime you eat fruit, always make sure you include a protein source with it, right? So like if you're going to have if you're going to have an apple, have a handful of almonds. You're going to have an orange, have a cheese stick, some kind of protein source with the fruit. So that you're not starving an hour later. I don't know if you've experienced that before, but sometimes when you eat just an apple or just a piece of fruit, you're hungry again an hour later because it's mostly sugar. So when you include that protein source in there, it'll slow that process down. You're going to be full longer, and that'll help benefit you moving forward. Another thing that I wanted to dive into, now obviously the more greens in your life, the better. But in terms of potatoes, you want to avoid the white stuff. So that's going to be white rice, white pasta, white tortillas, white potatoes, white bread. None of that has much nutritional value for you. The more of that you can eliminate from your life, the better off long-term you're going to be, the easier chance you're going to have at weight loss, the better your blood work's going to look. There's just not a lot of nutritional value to the white stuff. So again, white rice, white bread, white tortillas, any of that stuff. But with potatoes, the darker the potato, the healthier it is for you. And so we do a lot of sweet potatoes, but we also do a lot of those like little petite potatoes. So there's purple ones and there's some red ones. Those have a little bit more nutrients in them. But the main thing you got to be careful with on any carbohydrate source, especially potatoes, is portion control. You do not want that to be the largest thing on your plate. Now, I'm talking about normal food or normal meals here, not cheat meals. And then another thing that I wanted to dive into is really comes down to a personal choice, whether you're buying organic fruits and vegetables or non-organic. But one thing that I would not steer away from is buying organic meats. If you can afford to do one or the other, always go with organic meats. You don't want hormone-loaded meats. If your chicken breast is the size of an NFL football, it's not good for you guys. And so you want to eliminate those things as much as possible. And then last but not least, man, well, twofold, and it kind of ties in, is always make sure you're reading labels. Become more informed about the food that you're putting into your body. Bottom line is this, man, we are what we eat. And until you buy into that and realize that it's so true, you're going to continue to struggle. Food is fuel. And, we are what we eat. And so once you can wrap your head around that and start focusing on including these nutrient-dense foods into your life, more of those, less of the junk, and that's that it doesn't need to be overwhelming. It doesn't need to be overcomplicated at all. I don't count macros. I eat more protein, more healthy fats. Most people don't eat enough healthy fats, and a little bit less carbs, but the carb source is always a healthy, complex carbohydrate source. And so that is what's going to benefit you huge moving forward. Read labels, become informed about what you're putting in your body. And then last but not least, do everything in your power to get as much sugar out of your life as you possibly can. If there's one thing that I can tell you to help you with weight loss, it's get rid of sugar. Now, one thing that helped me was including more healthy fats into my life that kept me full longer and eliminated some of those cravings. But the more nutrient-dense foods you get into your life, the less sugar cravings you're going to have because your body just won't need it. And so drink more water and include more nutrient-dense foods. You're going to crave sugar less. So I hope that helps you, making sure you're reading labels and cutting out as much sugar as you possibly can. And hopefully you'll be successful along your weight loss journey. But those are the main things. I just wanted to do a basic general overview. I'll dive deeper into nutrition at a later date. But if you missed any of this, go back and watch it from the beginning because I think there's a lot of valuable information in there for you. And until next time, I'll see you guys in my next video. Have a fantastic rest of your week and make decisions today to make your future self proud. We'll see you next time.